Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Srinivasa Biology Tutorials. For this session to discuss NCERT Class 12 Chapter 4 Principles of Inheritance and Variations. Part 3. Mendel self-pollinated the F2 plants and found that dwarf F2 plants combined to generate as a dwarf plants in F3 and F4 generations. So here Mendel already in that capital T when you cross with as an A, in that parents you getting as what that in a gametes or here gametes are coming in these gametes also here in these gametes also in that the next generations here in that next generation you get cross here what happened it comes as an A there it is a F1 generation and get producing F2 generation F3 generation and then F4 generations here like Mendel also that is seen. And he concluded that as a genotype, the dwarf plant homozygous, that is in a small t. Yes, here homozygous characters are there, that is in a completely small t. And what you think would be having a got had the self-pollinated all tall F2 plants. So here, if in case the unwanted plant when give that, how do they get identified as in a they are completely F2 plants because they are when self-pollinated plants only they get giving. Okay, next from the preceding the paragraphs are the clear that through the genotypic ratio can be there calculated using the mathematical probability. So when using as in this total characters, when you see that as in all gametes, in that properly you see as in that mathematical probability, it shows as in the simply looking the phenotype or the dominant traits, it is not possible known as in a genotypic composition. So it is not possible which one is that genotypic the composition we can't, they're completely the same. And that is the for example the whatever the tall plants from the F2 generation it has in a capital T and then small the capital T small t composition. So already you know this capital T is what it is a homozygous they are completely dominant parent homozygous dominant it is in a heterozygous it is in a the dominant and recessive parents as present in that F2 generation. So that in these characters based on we can't they are predicted. So characters based on you can't completely they're predicted as in a that is which one is the dominant which one is the recessive you can't there explain. And therefore the determine the genotype of the all tall plants in the F2 Mendel crossed with as in a the tall plant from the F2 with as in a dwarf plant. So here Mendel did as what the Mendel did as in a some crosses. What is that? That completely heterozygous the plants when you observe to as in a that all heterozygous plants he crossed with as what in that completely in that recessive plants he crossed with as in a the recessive plants. Let us see here. So Mendel he crossed with as in the heterozygous characters he crossed with as in a the completely in what homozygous the recessive plant homozygous it is crossed with as in a the recessive plant. So that is called as what test to cross that is called as what test to cross. See in the typical test cross the organism the pea plant here they're showing as the dominant phenotype and all the genotypic they are determined and cross with as in the recessive parent the instead of any self crossing. So he did as in this total crossing it as in this total crossing is what it is in a the self crossing it is in the self pollinated it is in a self pollinated these are completely that self pollinated. Okay, and then in this the progeny such as in the cross easily they are analyzed to the predict the genotype of the any test cross organism. So here when you do like it is to get show as any which one they are dominant which one is the recessive character they can easily they are predicted. Okay, and then given as in that figure also they given here the 4.5 it shows as a result the typical the test cross where the violet color flowers the capital W it is dominant over that in a white color in that small w. So here the Mendel took as in that capital W it is in what it is in a that violet flowers he crossed with as in what in recessive plants that is in a white flower. So when he cross he get as in what completely the heterozygous there another the flowers we are noticed means 50% as in that pink color 50% of in their violet color 50% of the name completely in their recessive means white flowers he noticed. Okay, and let us here using the Punnett square that try to find that in a nature of the offsprings the test cross. What is the ratio you get? See, once you observed as an A, the test cross the Punnett square. Okay, see before I say what it here the completely heterozygous parent you cross with as an A the completely the recessive parent. So you're getting as in a capital T, getting as here the capital T and small t, you're getting as what? Small t. Am I right? So here we take as that same one only. Here the completely the capital T and small t. Here you took here the completely the capital T and small t, capital T, small t, and here took as in a the small t. So get here capital T, small t, and then small t, small t. So what is the ratio when you observe to as in that phenotypic ratio? Here the phenotypic ratio and then the genotypic ratio, it is what? That is completely 1:1. Getting as what? So it is a one character is present, it is also that means heterozygous tolerant dwarf is one character and the recessive parent one character is also there present. Okay, now like you say the compared to as an exactly any that pink and violet flowers also the capital W and it is in a small w. Here they has in a small w. You take however it is a capital W and then small w and here it comes as in a small w, small w. Okay, let me see that one this diagram. See in the diagram they given clearly. See in that homozygous recessive plant that is in a, see it is in a what? It is a completely part of the homozygous recessive plants means these are white flowers, right? It is in dominant flowers, right? It is in the dominant phenotype. When you getting here, they're completely the homozygous, sorry, heterozygous characters here noticed. Means all flowers are completely called as white flowers. Why? Because if they complete the dominant character is selected, completely it was taken as a dominant character. The dominant characters he cross with as an A. Here the dominant character cross with as an A the recessive parents. In that F1 generation or F2 generation, he get as a completely what? In a heterozygous parents he are getting. See here, like in that process, he took as an A, they're completely here capital W, so small w, here capital W and small w. Means it is a heterozygous parents, it is in a the homozygous recessive parents. When he cross, we get as what? All flowers has completely violet and of the flowers are completely get as in a white flowers he get. So here one more point. Here he's saying about as in a here test cross. What about that back cross? Here what about that in a back cross? Let us see in that back cross. In that back cross, here the completely the heterozygous parents you cross with as in a the homozygous the dominant parents cross with as in what? Homozygous the dominant parents you get as what? They get as in this all the homozygous parents you cross with the recessive parents get as what? The heterozygous all the four characters or heterozygous characters will are getting. So it is called as what? It is in a completely back cross. It is called as in a back cross. Okay, this is fine. Next, here in that process and based on his observations, the monohybrid cross, the Mendel was proposed as in the two general rules considerable to as an understanding the inheritance in the monohybrid cross. So when you observe as in that monohybrid cross, Mendel what they proposed as in that his rules and regulations they completely explain about as what? Inheritance characters. The inheritance characters to completely explain about as in a monohybrid crosses. Today, these rules are called as in a principles or the law of inheritance characters. So now what we are studying the total are called as what? There is any principles or a law of inheritance. They have in a the first law. The first one is what? The first law or another name also is there, that is in a law of dominance. That is what? Law of dominance. And the second law that is called as what? Law of segregation. That is called as what? Law of segregation. Let us, what is that law of dominance? First we talk about us. What is that law of dominance? See, the first, they followed by a few characters. Law of dominance means they followed as in a few characters. Let us see that one by one. Here, the first one. The characters or the controlled by the district units are called as that is a factor. So, you take as any one particular, here, their character you take, for example, this is their complete chromosome. the chromosome has in the particular characters or the particular units as present, those are called as what? In a factors. The factors are occurred as in a pair. The factors are occurs as in a pair, and in that the completely dissimilar the pair of the factors are one member the pair they are dominants, the dominant parent, and the one is in a recessive. So when you are before only we seen that one is in a the dominant, one is in a the dominant, that is what, that is capital T, and the one is what, that is in a recessive, that is in a small t. So it is a completely one pair. It is completely one pair. Now the law of dominance is used to explain the expression of only one of the parental character, the monohybrid cross in the F1, the expression the both in the F2. So in that when you cross this all characters, when you notice as in that both F1 generation we getting as in that F1 generation as well as in the F2 generation also, in that F2 generation also they completely be getting as in characters. In that characters also they show as in like as a phenotypic ratio. We see that in the phenotypic ratio, that is we show as what, that is in a 3:1. The phenotypic ratio gets shows as what, that is in a 3:1. Yeah, we also the explain about the proportion of the completely 3:1 obtained in that F2 generation. So that is in a the phenotypic ratio of the in a the law of dominance. Okay, this is in what, this is the first one is a first law. It is called as what, first law. Remaining to discuss in next class. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe.